And I think you'll agree, this doll absolutely has to go. Freaks and germaphobes, what's up you guys? Today I am going to do a massive toy closet clean out and reorganization. Now the funny thing is I actually did the same thing 2 years ago right before my 2-year-old was born, and I got bins and I thought I was organizing it really well, and I'm disappointed to say that now it is just as bad as it was 2 years ago, maybe even worse. And I came to the conclusion that the reason why this can't stay organized is because I just have too many toys for my kids. We have massive toy overload. There are toys spilling out of this. There are toys in corners all over our house. And I've decided recently, if you've been following our channel at all, you'll know that I'm the germaphobe. And Janet, who also puts up videos, she's really the clean freak. She has one child at home. She's very organized. I'm the one that's all about germs and bacteria and making sure that the home is sanitary. But underneath all of that, there's quite a bit of clutter, and I clean all the time, but I've realized that part of the reason my home is so cluttery is because I just have too much stuff. And so I'm going through this process where I'm getting rid of a lot of our excess. I don't want it. It makes me unhappy. It gives me anxiety because there's just too much stuff. So we're gonna do that with our toys. Now I've talked it over with my kids. Here's my daughter, Lily.
Hi.
And I have another son who's older than her, and then of course my little 2-year-old, and now one on the way. Everybody agrees we have too much, so we're gonna go through and get rid of all of it. We're gonna reorganize this. Are you ready to show them how bad it is? It's so bad I can't even close it. And this isn't even 40% of this stuff that we have because it's everywhere, all over the house. You ready? Okay. So here it is. You can see that we have bins, but it's just kind of disorganized. And what I've come to realize is that probably 90% of this isn't really played with. They're just mess makers, if you know what I mean. Like my kids will come and they'll pull out a bin and we'll knock it over and it'll wind up in a pile right here. And then whatever was in the bin isn't touched. So all it does is it makes a mess. That's it. So we're not gonna keep mess making toys around. We're gonna keep the toys around that my kids actually play with, right? We're gonna keep the toys around that my kids play with. Now the difficulty with this is that I've got a 12-year-old, almost 12, a 9-year-old, and then a 2-year-old, and then a baby. And so trying to keep the toys minimalistic, but also trying to make sure that I have toys that fit, that everybody likes and wants to play with, that's gonna be the hard part. So we're gonna dive in, but first, if you're new to our channel, we're all about cleaning and organizing and disinfecting. So if you're new here, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of our future videos. And should we start?
We should.
All right, let's start. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start tackling this. I want you to go upstairs in your bedroom, get all of your toys, all of them, okay? Bring them down here, thank you. Bring them down here, and then we'll sort through anything that you're really not playing with, we're gonna give away, right? And then everything that you must have, we'll keep, of course, okay? We're not gonna get rid of anything that's gonna make you terribly sad, okay? You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, off you go. So since getting up and down is really hard for me right now, what I'm gonna do first is just sit down and pull out as much as I can reach. I'm not gonna be getting up and down, so you're gonna be seeing me doing a lot of tossing into piles. And then once all of that's done, then I can get up and figure out what to do with those piles. You guys remember Cabbage Patch Kids when you were a kid? And how they were the best dolls? They were so popular, everybody had to have at least 5 of them. So I wanted to introduce my daughter to Cabbage Patch Kids. So we got this for her birthday. I'm gonna show them. Just show them how cute she is. Just hold her up. This is an official Cabbage Patch doll. When I was a kid, my first one was a fake, and that was super disappointing. But this one's the real deal. Like on the back, it's got the thing, the smell, all of that. And on the box, it talks about how this baby is interactive and how she's got very expressionful eyes. We're gonna put batteries in it, and then I'm gonna show you what she does, and you'll have nightmares.
No.
Yes, I have nightmares.
She's so cute.
When her batteries are dead, she's cute. All right, so we'll show you that. You know, I call this a toy closet, but it really isn't just a toy closet. It's our DVD closet, it's our bookcase, and it's our game closet. So there's a lot that we got to fit into this little area. If I could change one thing, it'd be that it would be deeper. I can only put small to medium-sized toys in there. I can't put any of our bigger toys in there, which is unfortunate. I have to find another place for it. But it's really nice because when we're done playing, we can just put everything away and close the closet doors, and then it still looks nice and organized, at least behind closed doors. I absolutely cannot get rid of my son's swords. He absolutely loves to play Star Wars swords, and if I got rid of even one of them, even though we have many, he would kill me. I'm gonna throw these kitchen accessories over to the other side of the room. Oh, oops.
Wow.
I hit the camera. As for the rest of these, what I'm gonna do is just organize them into different buckets. The cards aren't even in the cards bucket. After we have things a little bit more organized, then we're gonna go through and figure out what we need to keep and what is gonna go to donations. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is just pull everything down. You can see that there are books that are stuffed in there at the bottom, games at the top, and all of the bins are filled with so many cluttery toys that we are going to organize through, sort out, and get rid of anything that the kids aren't playing with. Of course, with the baby on the way and I'm nesting, also try to get rid of any baby chokers that could be a hazard to a baby. As you can see at the top of the screen, there really are a ton of board games and puzzles, and they take up so much space in this toy closet. My kids do enjoy playing with them, and so I don't really want to get rid of them, but later on in this video, I'm going to show you a really, really great way to condense your board games into a much smaller, much more compact, and much more organized space. So definitely keep watching for that. Up a little bit higher on these shelves, you'll see my DVDs and CDs, and of course, more games. I keep these games a little bit higher because they do have some choker. They do have some small parts that would be dangerous for my toddler, so I try to keep them out of his reach. On the left side there, you'll see the puzzles, which I keep up high out of reach as well. If my toddler got a hold of them, he would just dump every single puzzle out, so I have to keep them out of his reach, and we pull them down as we want to, one at a time. The problem is they're a little bit high for me too, and it's a struggle to reach them whenever he wants to do a puzzle. So we're gonna place them somewhere that's out of his reach, but well within my reach. So this is a puzzle that we have kept in this closet. We bought it 11 years ago. It is a 3,000 piece black and white puzzle of a Van Gogh. We bought it when we were in Spain, but we don't dare to put it together until our kids are a little bit older because frankly, putting this together is gonna be a beast and we don't wanna lose a piece. Why is it sitting in the toy closet that we're supposed to, in a closet where we want everything in here to be stuff that we access all the time? I don't know. It's gonna go upstairs in our linen closet, kind of out of reach and out of sight because we wanna do this, just not when we have little kids. On the top shelf are DVDs that we never ever watch. We probably never watch them because they are completely out of reach and we have to grab a step stool to even be able to reach them. And as you can see, the shelf is broken and it's bowing down, which is kind of scary. So we're gonna pull everything out and we're gonna repair that shelf as well. Pilates for pregnancy. Probably could use that. Here comes my daughter with her first load of toys. We have a toy chest upstairs in her room, and honestly, I don't even know what's at the bottom. And here comes her second load.
The next one's the fourth bag. My fifth load. I have one more load to go. My final and last bag.
Of course, I'm going to take this opportunity to wipe down and clean all of the shelves, which I don't get to very often because they are so high and up out of reach. So over here is my toddler area. I keep it kind of front and center so that I can watch him play while I am in the kitchen. But honestly, he doesn't play with 90% of the toys that are here. So we are gonna get rid of a ton of these toys. Most of these toys are just clutter makers and we don't need them. And I don't think he's gonna mind one bit. So I'm gonna sort through these and figure out what stays and what goes. So here you can see what I mean when I say massive toy overload. There are way too many toys. We don't need 90% of them. The kids don't play with 90% of them. So I'm so excited to be able to declutter and give these toys to somebody else who might actually play with them, because my kids certainly do not. One thing that I am able to do as I tackle this project that makes me really happy is I have been locating lost pieces from toys and from games that have been missing for months. Now my kids are gonna join in the fun here. I have asked them to sort through all of this big, huge pile of messy toys, and I have asked them to really determine the toys that they absolutely can't live without and the toys that they really don't need to have. So here they're separating their toys into two piles. One pile is their must-have pile, and the other is the we don't need anymore, let's get rid of pile. So regrettably, this job actually took me 3 days. I was really hoping to tackle it in one day, but it ended up being a much bigger job, so it took longer than I expected it to. So we're finally starting to get some piles formed. Here is our pile of must-keep toys, but other toys here they absolutely love to play with. Over here, you'll see a bunch of toys that I am so excited that they are willing to get rid of. Finally, my living room is starting to come together a little bit, or at least a lot of toys are now off the ground. We still have a ton of work to do. The next thing I'm going to tackle is my DVD collection. Like I said before, we really don't get those DVDs down very often. We're going to aim for getting rid of 3/4 of our DVDs and only keep our must-have, we absolutely love movies for our family. So here you can see our small pile of toys that my kids are absolutely gonna keep. And then over here, you're gonna see our much larger pile of toys that we are getting rid of. So my kids are gonna spend some time and bag all of these toys up so that we can donate them. But as you can see, there are lots of bags of toys going. This makes me feel so good, and my kids are really happy about it too. Now, as my kids were going through their toys, I was really hoping that my daughter would get rid of her creepy doll. When I bought this particular doll at the store, she looked so cute in the box, and the pictures looked so cute and interactive, and I was super excited. But when we got the doll home and she actually turned it on, it gave every single one of us the creeps, except for my daughter. And she absolutely loves this doll. The rest of us don't even like to be around it, especially when it is on the on mode. So I'm gonna show you what this doll does. And I think you'll agree, this doll absolutely has to go. Okay, we're in the bathroom because it's dark. And here my daughter is here. And she's holding her baby. Such cute noises, huh? Okay, turn the baby around. Ah! So creepy. Hold her up, hold her still. Ah! What in the world? Hold her up. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna condense all of these board games right here into a much smaller space. In my opinion, board games take up way too much space, and mostly it's because of these cardboard boxes. So I'm gonna show you a really efficient way to store these that take up so much less space. So what I've done here is I've purchased these little mesh bags from Amazon. They are really amazing because they fit a lot of stuff and they're super durable. And I'll link to this in the video description. But what I like to do is I like to take these bulky board games and basically take out everything that's space wasting. So all the packaging, the box, everything like that is so unnecessary. And so I like to get rid of it. And I put all of the pieces, the cards, the dice, the board, the instructions, everything like that in these mesh bags. They're so much more compact than the box themselves, and by doing this, I save a ton of space. Now I've done a whole different video all about the full process that I do in order to get these big board games into these little mesh boxes. I'll put a link to that in the video description down below. Definitely go check that out. And now for the reveal of how my toy closet looks. I'm super happy with it. So as you can see, I got rid of a ton of stuff. I think I could probably get rid of some more, but I think this is a good start. Up here, I've got my DVDs. They're more accessible, more within reach for me, but they're out of reach of my young kids, so they're not pulling them all down and making a mess. Way up here, I don't have a lot up here because honestly, I can't reach it. And so for now, I'm just gonna leave them empty. I've got my puzzles up here, again, out of reach of my younger kids because they're just gonna make a great big huge mess, but we pull them down a lot and they're nice and accessible for me. Here are our bigger board games that have bigger pieces or bigger boxes, and these two as well. This is our kind of our education section. Down here, I considered buying new boxes for it. It certainly would have looked nicer for the video, I guess, but they all still work well. They're kind of a little bit mismatched, but they're all still usable, so I decided not to go and buy new ones because they're still working for us. Down here, this is the part that I'm happiest with. I've got a lot of our board games in here in these little bags. It saved a ton of space and it also looks nicer than all of these irregularly sized boxes that are stepped on and ruined. So this is my favorite part of this reorganization. So, you know, we still have a lot of toys here that we've kept. Honestly though, if I had to get rid of everything and just keep like 2 toys, I'm gonna show you what I would keep. First off is these. If you don't have them in your house and you've got kids, I highly, highly recommend them. They're called Magna Tiles. They have other ones, Matchformers or other brands. I think they're all fine as well, but these have been universally played with from my 1-year-old all the way up to my 12-year-old. He still likes to build and play with these as well. So I would choose these because everybody enjoys them and everybody still plays with them. The other one I would choose probably would be this guy and this guy right here. This is Dash and Dot. It's a coding robot. But as far as one toy that all my kids can play with, I would say that this is one as well. And the reason is because my 12-year-old, he gets to code and he loves being able to code and do that. It also operates with a remote control. So my little 9-year-old, she can play with it. And then my little 2-year-old, he loves to watch him and run around and chase him and see all the things that he can do. So everybody loves this toy as well. So if I had to get rid of everything and just keep 2 toys, it would definitely be this. This comes in a set, so it counts as one. And then the Magna Tiles for sure. I've left some empty space here and I like that. If we get a new toy, there's lots of room. This definitely, I mean, we've condensed a lot of areas and made it tight, but we've left some empty space for any new toys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this toy closet reorganization and toy purge. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and I hope that it motivated you to dive in and tackle one of your reorganization projects that you've been wanting to do. If this is your first time here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and be sure to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of our future videos. I'll put a link at the end of this video all about my fridge reorganization. If that's something that you'd like to see, click on that and I will see you in the next video.